told y'all. Bad Mike told you time and time again.
As he told you, hey Mike, what's your catchphrase for this evening that you came up with? We're talking about right here.
Yeah.
I just want to see it. Go ahead, man. You gotta say it. All right, man. Whatever, man. He said
Kev. He said something. Say it, Mike.
Go ahead. What did you say? What did you say? You want to see?
I want to see it.
She was like, you blowing my eardrums out. Hey, man, what's going on, people? What's going on, man? We got the Originators Monday, as you already know. We got the normal crew of guys here. I'm your host, 6MK. We got Mad Mike Sports, Mr. Tactician, and we got a special guest with us this evening. All right, darling, introduce yourself to the people.
Hey guys, so I'm Meg. I am in the UK and I'm a Falcons fan, obviously. Yeah, that's what I do. Talk about Falcons, talk about ball, talk about general nonsense, to be fair. But yeah, be here.
Y'all heard the key word, right?
That was an STS. That was some STS.
She said general nonsense.
General nonsense. That's an STS right there.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Look. Let me tell y'all something. Public service announcement. She is Miss Baller. She's family. Baller. All right. She is a part of our family. She's with brethren, so y'all call her Miss Baller. Put the red and black in the chat for Miss Baller. Stop playing.
We're about to be balling.
Balling. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. Hey man, everybody on the panel, man. How's everybody's day been today?
It's been a Monday. Mm-hmm.
It's been Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's been a Monday. About 3 more people quit, so you know my job is whatever.
Whoa, quit again? Good God.
Yes. I don't want to go into that. That's the STS show in itself already. What's going on with you, Mike?
Hey man, I'm good, man. Especially Miss Bowling.
Bowling.
She gonna get tired of that, boy. What?
Yeah. She gonna be talking trash. She gonna be talking trash about us after we get off.
Nightmare. She gonna wake up in the middle of the night hearing Bowling and be walking around.
Nah, you know what's gonna happen.
Montavious Porter, okay?
Nah, she gonna be showing it to her students and everything. Gonna be like, who's hollering?
Hey, we're wrestling fans over here too, by the way.
Exactly. All right. So since we got Miss Baller, grace knows her presence. We're gonna let you kick us off this evening. Let everybody know, how have you been feeling about the Falcons off season so far, and what have you thought about the preseason games?
So I'm excited, to be fair. I was just saying to the guys, I've only been following NFL for like 2 years. So, and the whole time a Falcons fan, obviously. This is the most excited that I've been. Now, I preemptively jumped the gun with Kirk Cousins last year and was like, oh my God, yes, Cousins, let's go. Because number 18 is my lucky number. Didn't know anything really about him. So this season, MP9 and that connection with Pitts, even like showing that we're going to use Pitts properly, is like so exciting to me. Watching the training camps, watching just what's going on, I think it's so good to see that kind of energy and that explosive like vibe that's going on in the camps. So I'm excited for that. I'm so excited to look at our defense this year. I actually DM'd Jalen Walker on the day of the draft, being like, "Oh, if anybody comes for you before you get to us, tell them no and stay in Atlanta, please." And I mean, he didn't reply,
Oh
but
wow.
I'm
Wow.
taking responsibility for this, right? So he didn't reply to me. Don't know if he read it or not, but I feel like it's on me that he's staying with us. So I'm here for that. Because Jalen Walker was, I'm a Georgia Bulldogs fan as well. So Jalen Walker was in my eye line from pretty much the start of last season. And obviously James Pierce Jr. as well. I mean, the preseason has shown that we have that depth at defense that we did not have anywhere close to last season. So I'm really excited. Like, I'm super excited for the season. I'm not saying it's going to be groundbreaking, but I do think that there's a lot of movement forward for us. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay. So do you feel like Jeff Ulbrich is it has that energy that can take this defense over to the next level, in your opinion?
I mean, I've always been quite a harsh critic of Ulbrich, to be honest. But I see the fire there that we've just not had before. And I like what's happening. I like to see the systems getting bedded in that needed to be updated and changed and kind of add that fresh blood to it, because I was a massive Grady Jarrett fan. I've got like 6 of his jerseys. Love the guy. Hated to see him go, but equally I think it's making way for some fresh waves. So I think he can do it. I think it's going to be a matter of just keeping everybody healthy and making sure that they're gelled, because individually there's some great players, but making sure that they actually gel and work together, that's the difference.
I'm glad you said that. I am very glad you said that, because the one thing that we preach over here so much, and we've been trying to tell fans for this season, is I'm not worried about how many preseason games we win. I'm worried about, does the mentality translate from week to week, and is everybody on one accord? And the third thing was getting 98% of our team healthy enough to week 1. That's the main point. All that other stuff goes out the window. Those wins don't count.
Yep.
And a lot of those high, and I made it short and told people the second and third string players don't play together that often as a unit. So you're not going to see that throughout the season. Why are we focused on that?
We're not even playing our playbook right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, preseason, we're playing a vanilla. I call it the vanilla playbook, right? You've got the vanilla plays that are nothing exciting, that are your basic plays that a lot of teams are going to be doing variations of. We're not showing off what we're bringing to the table in preseason. That is not our first team. That is not going to be anybody who, yes, if injury calls, then yeah, we'll pick a few of them in. But realistically, nobody's seen what we can do yet. Nobody knows from preseason what we're capable of. Absolutely not. And it makes me laugh when you've got people, this happened in preseason. That I don't give a shit. Like, come on.
That's why I was waiting for it. I was waiting on that.
But you know what? You make an interesting point, because we had flack for that, and like you said, I tell the Bucks fans, listen, we've played y'all before. Y'all haven't played us yet. Nobody's played this team yet. I said, y'all act like we're going to come out week 1 and be like, ta-da, 2024 Falcons with Kirk Cousins. We fooled you. Nah, it's not going to happen like that.
No.
It's not going to happen.
No. And this is it. People are so heated about preseason. Now, don't get me wrong. I was excited for preseason because I just love having football back. Like, football's back, baby, and we're here for it. But, like, it doesn't mean to say that don't put any stock or any, money on the fact of who's playing what and how they're playing, right? Because, other than maybe, I don't know, the Saints who only have a first team and barely that, there's nobody that's coming out here showing off what they can do, at all. Occasionally you get your first team in and whatever, but realistically that Falcons side that we've been seeing in preseason, we're just testing out the waters. We're just finding our future. We're not looking at what's happening right this season coming up. Absolutely not.
Okay. All right, Mike, what you got to say on that, man?
I mean, she said shit. She doesn't give a damn. And she has the same kind of mindset that I have in regard to the coaching. Like, my thing is, I love the fact that he's like aggressive nature. This is something that the Atlanta Falcons for the past 2 years, in my opinion, that's been missing. Yes, we have guys, Jesse Bates, you have AJ Terrell, Grady Jarrett. For the most part, those guys have done a wonderful job of being, the staples of the defense. So I think at this point in time, like for me, a guy like Dean Pease really spoiled me. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to communicate with the media. He knows when to say the right things. He knows when to shut the hell up. Unlike the smiley face, the giggly goof that we have on as our head coach, and Raheem Morris, because I'm fucking tired of seeing him smile when we're getting our ass kicked, okay, on the sidelines. Like, I want to see. I need to see it. Like, it's okay to be excited. I love football. So, like, look, if it's the LA Krugers from California, from Cackle Crackle country, I don't give a damn who it is. I'm gonna watch football. I love football. So I need for this team to continue to do to improve in ways, first and foremost, with the coaching staff. I believe we at our organization and Arthur Blank, he's going to make sure that we have everything. The players were ranked as far as the owners and performance centers, the front office. We're highly ranked. We one of the top earning franchises in the NFL. That's not the Dallas Cowboys. So he's going to give us everything that we need. So I need for the coaching staff, the Raheem Morris, the Jeff Oberts, to step it up. Like, we want to see it. Okay, we want to see
it. I need to see it.
See it.
See it. All right. So another big story that's kind of going on in this off season too is the Caleb McGarry replacement project. And this is kind of like one of the kind of like big news and panic stories right now. As Why you say that, Mike?
No, I'm just we about to talk about the guy that they said sucked. So we're about to talk about him.
Mike, no. No, Mike. No, Mike. No, he didn't suck, Mike. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. You mean to tell me they miss him already?
So, yeah. So I just want to make this one a little bit quick. Do you think the panic? Do you think that people are pushing the panic button too soon?
I call it immediate regret. And I'm gonna say it like this: that's what y'all get for talking shit. I'm about to be real ignorant. That's what y'all get for talking shit.
Shouldn't have been talking
shit, right? You talk shit about this man when he was giving us his all. He gave us his all, and now look at him. He hurt. It's y'all fault. It is y'all fault.
You say they put that bad juju on him?
They went and kicked him in the leg. They ain't even put the bad. They kicked him square in his knee. It's y'all fault. Every time y'all talk about a player, they come up missing. Don't say nothing else for the rest of the season.
Don't do me like that, because that kind of scared me when you said that.
I'm just saying, man. Like, listen, real talk. We gotta appreciate the players that we got. Now, again, let's be honest. If you don't like the player, that's fine. Just be honest and say he ain't your cup of tea. But stop trying to devalue the player on the team when that man has clearly put up. They wouldn't have gave him a contract if he wasn't valuable. That's the problem. Y'all got to quit mixing y'all emotions in with facts. The man played or he wouldn't have got a contract. If y'all don't like him, just say, hey, he ain't my cup of tea. but he still keeps the quarterback upright. It is not our fault Kirk Cousins' arm fell off halfway through the New Orleans game. Not his fault. But now what y'all about to see is what we've been talking about. Y'all been screaming about the Falcons' development. Here it is. Somebody got to be the backup. Somebody got to be the backup.
Dwayne Leffert is one of the best O-line coaches in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, if they didn't trade for anybody at that right tackle spot, like I said, you just gonna have to have trust in that guy in itself.
Yeah. The theme of this team this season is these players need to want to win worse than the coaches. They need to want to win better than the coaches because a coach is only going to give you what to do and show you how to do it. You got to go out there and execute it. If you don't want to win these games more than these coaches want to win, why are we playing? Why are we playing? The coaches can't go out there and play for you. Nah, we get on Raheem, Mr. AKA 4 foot and a half chicklets. But he cannot go out there and coach the team and play the sport at the same time. That's not how it works.
Lord. Oh man. So pretty much is they talking. As I said, man, you still there? You done dipped out on us already.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay. I was gonna say, go ahead and get in this conversation. So, how do you feel about the right tackle situation? And how?
My concern, a lot of my concern, is that we're losing players, or we're losing the players' mindsets more than anything by previous coaches, not necessarily who we've got in front of us right now, but I think a lot of the players are so frustrated with a system that for so long didn't take into consideration their skills and their passions and how they play. And I think part of that for the players, and I coach basketball and I coach flag football.
What?
Whoa.
Go ahead.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Time out. Wait a minute. Let me rewind that back. I just heard her say she coached basketball. She's a teacher.
I am. That is.
Oh man, that's a lot of information right there. So hey, that's a lot.
Miss Baller. That's why I call her Miss Baller.
Miss Baller. Miss Baller. That's her teacher name right there. As I said, we the students right now.
No, a huge part of that is listening to the players and playing them to their strengths. And you look at a lot of our team and you think about the last, like I said, I've only been watching it solidly for 2 years. So I'm not going to comment on, historically, but the last 2 years I've watched it from a coach perspective, as well as from, a fan perspective. I'm watching players who are frustrated in the fact that they're not getting used to the optimum ability that they've got. And you see them communicating that time and time again. Kyle Pitts, for example, he should be doing better than he ever has with us. We are not using that boy to his potential. We're just not. The coaches have to look at themselves and say, this off season is the first time that I've seen KP getting those actual reps in with Mike Penix. I'm watching how and how they communicate, and the way that Penix understands what Pitts needs from him, and vice versa. It has to be reciprocal. You have to listen to and look at, and as a coach, I can stand back and a player might say to me, I want to be a defensive tackle, and I'll look at them and I'll say, you're 4 foot nothing and you weigh 90 pounds. You're not going to be a defensive tackle. Let me put you in here.
Oh wow.
Yes.
You've got to think carefully about how we're using them. Pitts is not the biggest or the fastest or at his position, but use that. Where can we be putting him? What position are we putting him on that field to make sure we make the most of him and get that connection? Because realistically, that's not happening, and it hasn't happened for the last 2 seasons.
You know what? You said something so impressive, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but could you please say this again about the coaching part, about the players playing to their strengths? Please reiterate that again. Because
Yeah.
we got some people in the 300s of the bleachers that don't understand that.
No, the coaches have to be responsible for getting the most out of the players. That's the most that a coach can do is give the players the tools to be the best that they can. They can't play the game like we said. They can't, get on the field and use them as a puppet. But what they can do is they can say, this is what you need to do to give us your best, to get the most for your team. Because ultimately, and I said it earlier and I'll say it again, we look at, and every fans that I speak to all the time are guilty of looking at a singular player. They'll look at a quarterback and decide that that's the quality of the team because you've got this quarterback. And unfortunately, that's a 53-man roster you're looking at there, honey. Like, there is not a quarterback in the world that can go on and play a game by himself. So you have to look at each individual and not just how they're playing, how they gel with the team, what their strengths are, how the coaches can actually get into their mindset and say, we know that this is what you want to do. However, we think this would be the better way. And that's what makes a coach, listening. That before you talk, always listen. We got given 2 ears and one mouth. The 2 ears are the dominant part here. Listen to what you got to do. Listen to what the player's telling you, and then start talking. And then you've got a proper coach. You've got a rapport with your players. You can start to get the most out of people. And unfortunately, it's something that we see all the time where, a coach will make a decision, make a play based on their emotions and how the game is running at that specific moment. But we need to look, not just this play, what's happening next time. Where are we going from here? What's the next move? If we don't make that down, what's the next point of call here? Which I know that they do, but at the same time, it's like, that lateral thinking. Has this worked before? Yeah, right. Doesn't mean it's going to work next time because that player's more tired than he was 5 minutes ago. That player's got connection with a different blocker in front of him before that play's happening. So it's so dynamic. You have to think all the time and be responsible for reactive thinking, but preemptive as well.
You know what, Kev? I need you to get Blank on the phone.
She said, yeah, she just said one of my favorite phrases, reactive thinking. Lord have mercy.
Yes. We're gonna call Blank. We need to call Blank right now because this is what we need. Mm-hmm.
The thing is, why I love this is because what happens, and one of the main reasons why you saw not only Philadelphia, but the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, because they were doing exactly what Maggie's talking about. It's reactive thinking. For a long time, we saw Kansas City their offense has just been all about big plays and big plays on top of big plays. But last year was the first time that they did not have a consistent offensive line. They didn't have a consistent running game, and you just saw from game to game they would throw a lot of screens. They would use Patrick Mahomes, and they would use his legs. For game to game, it was always something different. And the same thing for the most part, with Philadelphia Eagles. They would pass the game. They would pass the ball 1 week, and then they would try to win it with the defense. Kicking field goals. The special teams and whatnot. And yes, she is the GOAT. All right.
Yes, absolutely.
But this is what we're talking about. It's like what worked with him in Los Angeles with the Rams, it may not work here in Atlanta. So you always have to be prepared, and you have to always have a plan for every situation that may occur. If you don't, look, this person may be better qualified for this type of game. And I mean, Raheem, whether it's Jeff Ulbrich, or you may have a game where Jerry Gray, have him come up with the game plan. She just always have to be prepared for every situation. I think this is why I've said all year that we have to focus on, my focus is on the coaching staff. I know we have great players, but if you're going to get the best out, especially, this, Meg, being a teacher, if your students fail, a lot of the times you're gonna look at yourself and say, how could I have done a better job to reach this child, and that's what we need to do from out.
But
100%.
you know what? And what basically for y'all that don't understand what she said, basically she said creating a system that can be duplicated. That's basically what she said. Making everybody responsible, including everybody, and actually taking on everybody's idea. Not listening to it, saying, okay, we're going to do this, and then you go out in the field and do your own thing.
And that's
It's
the
a
thing.
system.
It's the same as if you're like, so like you guys said, I'm a teacher, right? If I'm in my classroom and I'm stood at the front of my class and I'm like, I love to teach through storytelling. So like I'll tell a story about something that's happened in my life and make it relevant to whatever I'm teaching them. And the kids respond to that. I know that my kids respond to that because I'll say, hey, look, I know that you're feeling shit today. I get it. You're tired. It's first period. Like nobody wants to be here less than I do. However, we've got to get this done. So let's think about how we can best do that. And I'll say to the kids, what do you want to do? Do you want to get up and move around? Should we like go for a walk and talk through this lesson? Do you want to just sit and I'll read to you and we can talk about it? Do you want to do some reading this lesson and some writing next lesson? It's the same thing with the players. Like you've got to look at where you're at, not just in the lesson, season, and what you're doing in the game, in the quarter, wherever you're at, you have to adapt to that. And that is what it is. It's adaptable teaching. It's adaptable coaching. And like I said, reactive thinking. You've always got to be thinking, like, if one of my kids gets up and punches someone in the face, I've got to know how I'm dealing with that. The same way a coach is watching their players and something's fucked up. They need to be able to say, shit, that didn't work. Right, let me try this now. But be on it and not panic. Not have that, oh shit, that didn't work. What are we going to do? What the hell? Oh my God, I've run out of ideas. And too often we're seeing Raheem Morris, like we said, stood like an absolute idiot, grinning, whilst it's shit around him. Like the gaff's on fire, mate, and you're laughing. Like, come on, let's.
I got a new football wife, and her name is Meg. Okay, Baller's Meg. All right, she's my new football wife.
Hey, so man,
he looks like a fool grinning when we get Meg. This is what I'm talking about. So, man, Mike is not as crazy as people think. Okay,
so Meg, what you mean to tell me is he was over there chewing Orbit's gum, watching it burn? Is that what you said?
It's like a picture. Look, I'm a huge Bray Wyatt fan. It's like when Bray Wyatt, that you got the whole room is on fire, and Bray Wyatt is sitting in his chair just rocking. I'm like, Bray, the roof is on fire. Do something. Don't just sit there and grin. This is how I look at Raheem, and it drives me insane. So, you guys, yeah.
And see now, Meg, this is why we were so adamant about Jeff Ulbrich during training camp, because when you look at training camp, you looked at Raheem. Raheem looked like the assistant to the assistant coach. Like right. He's out there showing them how to have violent hands. He's out there getting in the mud. He's hitting the dummies with them, and they're building a rapport. Raheem's standing over there like, would you like some Gatorade? You want some water?
He waited until the cameras were on site, and then he took that hit from London. Like, let's be honest.
You know what? Oh yeah, my God. You are so. Oh, I thought the same thing.
Yeah. Wait. You know what, Meg? I like you because you upset Tank. Thank you very much, Meg.
Thank you.
I love it. You see that thing? You see that? I didn't do it this time, okay?
Lord have mercy. See, I told you this was fun. So, man, you just made me have that picture. Just a burning house for some reason. Somebody just standing there.
Yeah.
It's like that meme of the Titanic sinking and everybody just pour their phones out. Just look. That's how.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
You know what? See, this is how you know you talking the truth. Brainwashed already?
Damn.
Really? Come on now.
You
Come on.
with this?
Come on,
That's
Tank.
not gonna happen. You're not doing this. All right, we're not doing that one.
Tank. You should not be showing yourself in public. All right, we're in front of company. We don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
So speaking of the 53, and tomorrow, I think we're supposed to be getting the final say on the team itself. Is there any particular guys that's on the bubble that y'all be looking out for that could make this team?
To be honest, I'm not massively concerned about the people that I want to be on the team. The people who I like are staying. I'm pretty certain, like 99.9% sure that there's nobody that's at risk of being cut right now that I'm going to be devastated over. Like, there is no sleep being lost in my house over anybody who's getting cut tomorrow. That's just how I look at it. I think, we were talking before we came on, and I was saying, my boy Casey Washington, he's still my guy. Like, he is my guy. I will get a tattoo of his name on my forehead if he gets cut.
You know what? I did a video of Casey Washington yesterday. I did a short on Casey Washington. So I actually agree with you.
Okay.
And no, I did not talk to Meg. We didn't have any communication about football before. So Tank and anybody else saying that, she's not being brainwashed.
She got look here. She got her handle on Instagram. She got her own football tape. We don't brainwash people over here.
I watch a lot of her takes, so she has her takes on that. So follow her on Ballers Meg on Instagram. You're on TikTok also, right?
TikTok's where I started, yeah. So Instagram.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah.
See. I'm the one in this entire group that is not social media savvy. Mike will tell you that. I didn't know you followed me until today. I said, wait a minute. Nah, I'm bad. When it comes to social media, I'm pretty bad. So if people follow me and I don't go right away, that's not me being mean. Half the time, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing.
I have to tell him to go respond to people. I literally have to tell him to respond to people.
So it's not a disrespect. Hell, I had somebody get mad at me at the damn training camp talking about, I followed you like 6 weeks ago. Why didn't you reply? I said, really?
Well, look, man, you can follow me at Mr. Tactician 78 on YouTube. I'm the one with the snarky shorts, so you'll know.
Yeah. All right, so take it, Pooh. Got a question for you, mate.
Go on.
All right, answer the question. Ask the question.
This is our resident troll, okay? Tank.
Yeah. Usually if Raheem Morris is the subject, he's usually coming over here trolling us. So, all right, man. What's the damn question?
You ask the damn question and put about 4 other damn comments before. Like, man, use your head.
No. I think he's gonna ask a question and then blame Mad Mike.
Pretty much.
I know it's gonna be some shade. I know
it's gonna be shade all the way. But while we're waiting on his question, like I said, we give a shout out to the people in here. Like you said, Diamond, Trauma Lock, Xavier Littman, Scotty Robinson, Floyd Donnelly, Connie Fisher. Look like you about to have you a new follower, man. About to have you a new follower. There you go.
See.
Derek. I'll follow you back.
Hey, Joseph Thornton. He ain't got no questions, so let's continue on with this. He got me waiting for a damn. But anyway, Casey Washington. Can you explain to the people why, like I said, why Casey Washington, and why do you believe that he should make the 53 man?
So last season, preseason last year, obviously we drafted him, and everybody was hot on our Michael Penix pick. Like that was literally the talk of everyone on everyone's mind. And then I was like, right, but we also drafted some other players. Like, can we just have a look at who else we've picked up here, right? So I was watching the preseason, and the last preseason, not this one, was my first ever preseason that I'd watched. So I was like, I had no idea that preseason was not to be taken seriously that season. Okay, so I watched every preseason game. I took notes. Like I've got 9 pages of notes on this guy because I was watching the team and I was like, oh shit, this is going to be a terrible season if this is how it's going to go. Because like I said, nobody had explained the preseason thing. And I sat down with one of my good friends and I said, oh my God, like this preseason, we're just, what the hell's happening? And he was like, no, Meg, watch your rookies. Watch what they're doing. Watch your new players. Watch what's coming in that's building depth. So I'm watching, and every single week of that preseason, Casey Washington showed up and showed out. Like he was there. And I was like, so I'm starting to, first quarter of the first game, I'm watching him and I'm thinking, God, he's really good. Start making some notes. Game goes on, he's consistently showing up. He's not just good for like the odd burst of plays where it's he's getting a chance and he's on and he's showing off and then he kind of dips a bit. Not looking at anyone young way Koo. But
man, we not gonna shame a man like that, man. But he did have a bad season. Continue.
He was consistent. Casey Washington came to every preseason game and he was so consistent. He didn't get loads of game time, obviously, at the start of last season, which in my head, because again, was all new to me, I was like, why are we not playing this kid? Like, what the hell? Obviously, I now understand a lot better than I did back then. But I still don't think he gets the recognition on his name that he deserves. Like, and then somebody was like, it's not, his name's not Casey Washington, it's Carlos Washington. I'm like, no, that's a different guy, totally different guy. And yeah, I don't know what it is. He caught my eye from that preseason, and I've had my eyes on him ever since. I think he's really good.
See, I like that. So you are really looking forward to him being in offensive rotation.
Yeah, I'd like to see him getting more game time. I really would. I think that, we can... A lot of the time we put too much onus on the big names. Like you look at the point of things that we're getting. Bijan Robinson, like I'm in 35 different fantasy football leagues. It was a mistake. Ooh. But like I do fantasy football like really seriously. And Bijan Robinson is the one that everybody's kind of like, get him first, get him top 3, blah, 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 blah. You've got Darnell Mooney even who's picking up now. You've got all the big names and that's fine, but they're not going to be everything every week. Nobody can be. Like, it's impossible. You need to start looking at your depth and actually like, right, Bijan's just run for, however many yards. Let's just for the next play, let's give someone else a go. Let's pull out that squad because ultimately, we're lucky. We know that we've got a young squad for the most part, but they're not there forever. Like nobody lasts forever. You've got to leave that legacy of you're using the real decent talent to promote and bring forward talent for the future. And I just think we've got so much potential there. I'm just reading that question.
Okay, so thank you, Pooh. Got a question for you.
I think this is my football wife. You do not hit on her, okay? Thank you, sir.
You know what? I'm gonna be the lawyer. I'm gonna just read the bottom half. Falcons team, do you believe that they can make the playoffs? That's question number 1. And question number 2 is, do you believe Raheem can take them there?
You know what? I maybe this is a little bit controversial. I'm not going to say that we're a playoff ready team yet. I think that we could be. No doubt about it. We're in the mix, right? If I'm being completely objective, taking my heart out of this, because my heart, we are getting to those playoffs this year, baby. Tampa Bay suck it. Like, we're getting
what?
But
Mike.
The only reason we're getting a playoff spot this year is not because we are deserving of a playoff spot realistically. The only way we're getting that playoff spot this season is because of how shit our division is. Like, it's not necessarily on our own merit. I love my team. Do not get it twisted. Like, I love my team. But I'm objective and I'm looking at it from an outsider. If I didn't support the Falcons, looking in, we make those playoffs, it's because our division is so bad. Like, the Aints haven't got a hope, let's be honest. They're like, set fire to that Superdome and be done.
You mean the New Orleans Saints retirement community?
You talk about the New Orleans toilet bowl. Yeah. We know about that.
Yeah.
The Panthers, I think, nobody's given the Panthers enough credit this season. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, I think they'll be
I've
better.
got my eye on them, and I think we need to not be complacent. Like, don't lay back on the Panthers because they're going to surprise us. Although I think Adam Thielen is going to the Vikings again, so we'll see. Bucks are an aging team. The Bucks are aging. They are getting old. Like, the hits that Mike Evans and Chris Godwin took last season, if they take any more hits like that,
it's a wrap.
It's done. Like, they're gone. They're gone. Like, there's not a chance. So I do think that, realistically, playoffs, we can do it. That is without a shadow of a doubt. Do we deserve it? To be decided. Let's see how Raheem Morris does this season. In terms of, can he take us there? If he is serious and he actually, like, legitimately, the first time that I think we've seen the real Raheem Morris was in that press conference after preseason week 1 when our Lions guy got taken down. The first time that I've seen Raheem Morris genuinely, as himself, stood in front of us was that 3 minutes that he stood in front of us after that preseason week 1. And it was where he stood there and he said, I ain't answering questions because this is not the time for that.
Yeah.
I respected the hell out of him because he could have come on here and said, we should have won that game. Given if we'd played to the end, we would have won, blah, 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 blah. And he didn't do that. And he could have. He didn't. And I respected him for that. I'll put respect on his name for the fact that he stood up and he said, hey, it's just a game. At the end of the day, this guy could have died. Like, let's focus on that. And if we can see that side to Raheem Morris, where he's a human side, where we see the anger, we see the frustration, we see the happy times as well, I'm going to have much more respect for him. And I think the players and the fans certainly respect that more, because the best thing you can be is yourself and be human. And if you're standing in front of any audience, no matter what your job is, if it's to do with people, be yourself, show the emotion, let us see that you give a shit, and then you can take us to the playoffs.
I like the way you said that. I like letting everybody know you're not going to crash out, but you're going to see it. You can see it for what it is. This is what we preach about. You can't sit up here and make bold predictions on a season that hasn't happened yet. You don't know what's going to happen. You hope to get there. You would like to get there. You know what I'm saying? But having a entitled expectation like, oh, well, because I paid money for the game, the Falcons supposed to get that. That's not how that works. And they get mad at us for saying it.
Shit happened.
Right.
Shit happened. Like it was I forget 2018, I believe it was. Coming off the Super Bowl, I think the Falcons had
Keanu Neal out for the year.
Yeah.
Deion Jones out for the year. Freeman out for most of the year. Like, pretty much 1/3 of that Super Bowl team was on IR.
Yeah.
Right.
So things happen. So it's like, hopefully, if things work out, look, I'm not one to I'm not a predictions man, because for that reason alone. For one, I just believe Raheem just has to show me that he's a great coach. Like, I believe he's respected. I believe that he knows football, but I need to see it. It's all about actions. Like, you have to, look, being a teacher, like, you can say you can command the respect from your students, but if your students don't feel like they can connect to you and they can talk to you, Like, how are you going to get the best out of them? And this is the same thing for coaching. So, like, I need to see it, man. Like, for me, I'm a quarterback. I played quarterback. And one of the things for me is they taught me from the very beginning, communicate. Know who you're throwing to. Know that person's their personality. Like, these are the things that's important. Things about a Kyle Pitts. I said last year, watching this, like I said, from a quarterback perspective, he doesn't have a dominant personality where he's going to go out and say, all right, this is what I'm going to do. Kyle Pitts needs to be led. And once he's led and the quarterback say, look, Kyle, do this, he's unstoppable. So this is the reason why you need a guy like a Kyle Pitts and even, a guy like Kirk Cousins. They went out and got Kirk Cousins because he's a veteran quarterback. Kyle Pitts is the type of guy he needs to be led, and this is why you look at a coaching staff. They have to know where to put, and you have to know this about Kyle Pitts. You have to know this about Bijan Robinson. You have to know about Drake London. Drake London is an alpha male. He's an alpha personality. He's going to go get it. He's going to, if it's a blocking play, he's going to go out and he's going to knock somebody's head off because that's how he's built. That's his personality. It's like trying to fight Mike Tyson. You got to be careful walking up to Mike Tyson because he'll damn lose it at any given second. So you got to watch what you say. You have to know these things about all of your players. And I think that's what I'm looking for Raheem and Jeff Olbrich and the rest of the coaching staff for the Atlanta Falcons.
And I think that starts off the field, off the training, like away from football, that has to start. And I've said this all along. One of the things that I do is that when my kids are at break and they're not in lesson time is I'll go and shoot hoops with them, or I'll stand in the kitchen and I'll make toast and I'll make them a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and I'll say, what's going on? What's happened last night? Get to know them inside and out. So I know for a fact, if I raised my voice at a certain student, that's not going to work because they're going to punch me in the face. But if I raise my voice at another student, that might be like, oh shit, okay, right, she means business. Let's you have to be able to know when a quiet word is enough and telling someone explicitly, this is what you do now, just do this. Like you said with Pitts, unfortunately, and I love Kirk Cousins. I think as a person, not as on my team, please get rid of him. Thanks, I'm paying him too much. His bill is a lot. But as a human being, good guy, not for me, someone who can lead the guys on our team. He doesn't have that power and strength of character that people are going to respect and listen. He's all for, the swag surf, the goofing around, a bit like Raheem Morris, which is why they're a perfect match. But you need someone who's going to come in and be like, hey, I did wine tasting at the weekend. I'm bougie now. You need someone who's going to come in and just connect on a human level and have a laugh. But also when it comes to business to say, hey, bro, you need to do this. And this is where I need you to be. You stand over there. I'm coming for you.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing with Penix. I think he's got a long way to go. I don't think it's generational, but I do think he's a very good, solid choice for us right now. I would have liked to have seen a different vet behind him, giving him guidance in his first year, because I think much as Kirk Cousins will come out and say that he didn't feel a type of way about towards Penix about the draft situation, that is clear. No, you're a human being. If you've got someone, you've just been given a contract worth that much money, and then your team's like, oh, wait a second, though, we're just going to, in the first round, draft another quarterback. So, we might replace you at some point. You're feeling insecure. I don't care what you do or how you think you present yourself, you're going to end up treating that other person a certain type of way. You're gonna be there thinking, this is my replacement. And that's hard. That take the human side of that. That's difficult to stand there and give someone tools that eventually they're going to use to replace you. Right. And that's what we ask of veterans a lot of the time. You're asking them to train someone as a replacement. That's not going to be easy for anyone to take. And then we wonder why Kirk Cousins wasn't great for us towards the latter half of the season, because he knew that he was injured. He knew he was on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Say that for the people in the back, because I've said this after that. See, I said he was playing hurt the whole time.
Yeah.
You could see.
Yeah.
A blind mice could have saw that he was playing hurt.
Kirk Cousins was terrified when he started that season because he was just coming off an Achilles. He had also, bearing in mind, he had gone to extra treatments so that he could speed up the recovery of his Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna, human nature, our bodies all react differently to different things, different injuries. He was a month ahead of recovery within 6 weeks of him starting his bloody recovery process from it.
But you know what? You know what, man? Because I do massage therapy, and I tell people all the time, the injuries you get from the NFL, Kirk still got them. They're still fresh. You only had maybe about maybe 2.5, 3 months at the most, because the season ended in February. Training, you had the draft, and then training camp starts shortly after June, July. So you're talking about maybe April and May, maybe March, April and May. No. Those injuries are still fresh. So when he gets hit again, it's going to show.
And this is what showed with him in the way that he played. He came on in the first few weeks. Everybody says, "Oh, you started the season so strong." No, we won in overtime most of the time, or by the absolute skin of our teeth. We were winning some of those games.
The Bucks, yeah,
right.
The Bucks game, for example. He was so frightened to hurt himself that he wasn't getting out of the pocket. He was standing there, and you saw the fear in it. Like, I was watching that man's feet. I'm not looking at the ball. I'm not looking at his feet. I'm looking at his face, first of all. The expression does not give me confidence in those first few weeks. So if I'm a player on that team and I'm looking at my leader who's supposed to be telling me what to do, and I'm seeing fear in his eyes,
game over.
Confident? No. It is game over. And you saw the way that he stood, the stance, the way that he planted his feet on that grass. He was never building himself for explosive moves. He was never building himself for the explosive plays that we needed to bring to the table to convincingly win. Because a win for me is a win, and I love that. And I'll take a win any day of the week, whether it's by 1 point or 100 points, fine. But I want to win convincingly, knowing that we're a better team, and it's the better team who's won, not because we've got lucky and we've flipped the coin and in overtime. Yeah. I want us to show up and say, we're here, we're dominating. That's what the Eagles do. We've seen it last season. Yeah. You saw a team that walked out confident every single game. You saw Jalen Hurts at the helm saying, "These are my boys, this is what we do. Come for us. Don't send for us because we'll come back at you." Like, they were confident consistently. And I don't feel like our team had enough confidence in Kirk Cousins, and I don't think the fans did by a certain point. And I think all of us collectively as fans, we need to have confidence in our team. We need to have confidence in our coaches. But first and foremost, that comes from the players. That comes from the team. If they're a confident squad and they're going out there showing that they know that they're going to win, they walk onto that field and it's not a doubt we're winning this game, then that reverberates around the whole stadium and further. And I think that's why there's a lot of chatter about Mike Penix and he's only played 3 games fully and this, that, and the next thing. Yeah, fair, get it. However, this is his time now. And I think these first 3 weeks are going to be the most important time for bedding the system in, not making rash judgments and saying, we've lost week 1 and all of a sudden, that's it, we're out of the division. Look at those first 3 weeks. Let them get settled. Let them get confident with the playbooks. Let Penix get on that field and play actual NFL football, not training camp football, actual football. And then we'll start to make a judgment on whether long-term he's for us or not.
Well, you know what? I told people after that 509 game, I said, you're not going to see this Kirk Cousins no more the rest of the year. Because the one thing, and I mentioned to Mike and Mike, being a quarterback guy, knows this. And we've seen this time and time again with our great quarterback that decided to leave. Anytime you throw the ball to all of your playmakers on the roster that day, you give the defense the worst time. because they have to guess who you're going to hit next. He hit everybody on the roster that game.
Yeah,
I was like,
go ahead,
Kev.
my bad. Now I was about to say, because I think he threw the ball like 62 times that game.
Yeah.
Like 58.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a lot.
Cause I think Tampa that game they was just hell bent on stopping the run game anyway. Cause I think we run for like 40 something yards that game.
Yeah.
And shout out to Mrs. Styles. She talking about the Kirk Cousins drama and shit. So yeah, it's drama. He's here to stay.
Yeah. But the one thing people got to understand, and I've said this about Mike Penix, and the reason why they was in an uproar about showing him, Mike Penix, they didn't pay attention to the games he played in. The first game I seen him, and I told Mike in this, when he played the Broncos game, I said, Mike is possessed. The only rookie quarterback I know knows he's in a losing game, goes out and said, look, we're going to play like we about to win. And everybody was like, okay. And they went out there and played. And then the next game, he progressed. He went out there as though he had nothing to lose, but everything to lose, if that makes sense. He didn't play scared. He knew what was going on. And the fact is, when you're a veteran quarterback, if you have done your job the way you're supposed to, you should be willing to give to the next generation. Why? Because guess what? That's part of your legacy. That's part of your legacy. When they look back on your career, they're going to look back on your stats, your highlights, and how you treated the next generation.
He's made over $300 million more than Tom Brady. Man, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, you've made enough money. Teach the next generation. That's greed at this point. You're old, okay? You're washed up. Yes, you can still play. But at this time, like, man, it's okay to say, all right, my time has passed. It's perfectly fine. But I think, you know, I've seen so far from Kirk, he hasn't had any issues outside of the little, you know, I don't know what the hell restaurant he was going to, but he decided he want to take an airplane to Cleveland and have lunch.
That was Chipotle. That was Chipotle.
Okay.
You took an airplane to Chipotle.
Yeah, he took an airplane to Cleveland to go have
it was a double salad with chicken.
Wait.
I think they put the order on there if I remember correctly. I thought it was a double chicken with salad, vegetables or something like that.
Wait. What in the snow fried bean foolishness is going on here? You gonna take an airplane to Chipotle in Cleveland?
He did. Yeah, that dude was tripping, man. Like, look, as long as he keeps it cool, look, I'm cool with him being on the team. But yeah, he was bugging. But we can't keep paying guys, you know, $30-40 million to essentially come in and, you know, be hurt. Like I thought last year, really, if this is 100% on Raheem. No, let me say that. This is about 70% on Raheem and 30% on Kirk Cousins. Because as a coach, you know he's been in the game. Raheem is a veteran coach. He's been in the game over 20 plus years. He knows when guys aren't 100%. He knows. He knows better. And Kirk wasn't honest, and that was my thing. But as a coach, when you know this guy isn't helped, like, you got to do what's best for the team.
Right.
This is a playoff. We were 6-3 at that time, and you knew. And all these people saying, like, he did not know. He's the one that puts the guys on the injured reserve list. He talks. The head coach talks to the trainers, and they get the information, and they come up with the injury, and they come up with the list. All right. So he knew all along. And then that Monday, the next day, the following day, magically delicious. He's fine. Okay, he's magically delicious on Monday. Make it make sense, people.
Right.
I'm just saying. When you got Caleb McGarrett and Chris Lindstrom have to airlift your ass up off the ground, there's a problem.
Yeah, like you trying to tell me Kirk Cousins is fine. Kirk Cousins, no.
The first job of a coach is the welfare of the players above all else. I've said it many times. That's the first responsibility. You got to make sure everybody that you're coaching is safe. And if they're not, sit them down. He'll be all right. You sit. Listen, if somebody run over my leg and I got $300 million, I don't want to play no more, coach. My leg hurt. I'm sit down. Please sit me down.
100%.
Okay. All right, man. We about to go ahead and close it out this evening. Hey, man, you have enlightened us on some of your football knowledge. We definitely appreciate you coming on. It's well open. As Mike said, you are his football wife, so it's pretty much open for you. So whenever time you want to come in, so like you said, man, you want to go ahead and plug your page one more time for the people so they can hear you.
Yeah. So it's at ballers_Meg on all platforms. The Meg Zone is my YouTube channel. It's not up and running properly yet, but you can catch me every week on the Asleep at Work Network, Hurdle the Line, and that Sports Podcast Network as well.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'll have all of the links. She's gonna send me the links when we get off, so you guys can follow her on all platforms. And Meg, I truly appreciate it. Like I said, I've been watching you for a while. Not like what his name is.
Not like
Ted Bundy. I haven't been watching Ted Bundy.
I'm about to say. No, I'm about to say, not like Sting. Every step you take, every move you make.
Y'all be watching.
Oh man.
No, she has great takes. And like I said, man, I enjoy, and this is what Atlanta Falcons Nation we've done in the past, and now with Matt Mike Network, 6-Man K Styles, we enjoy great and up and coming Atlanta Falcons content creators, and what we try to do is continue to give this platform and make sure that everybody is informed with a lot of the great content creators that are out that may not be seen by the masses. So this is our gift to you to continue to put your work out there. And like I said, man, we're definitely gonna get you back on here. You got to get that wheel too. You got to get your wheel hooked back up. We have you guys on that together with Diz. And like I said, we truly appreciate that. And Warren, you got anything? Kev?
Oh, now, Meg, I know you said something about the fantasy football league. You need to get up with Coach Unchained that was just in the chat, because he's heavy on that as well. You and Coach will have two coaches talking. I'm telling you, I'm putting it out there. Coach. I need you to hear me. But yeah, look, we appreciate you for coming on and everything. We're glad you're part of the family. And like I said, your takes are impeccable. This is what we need. This is refreshing. Because like Mike motto for all of us is facts, stats, and the truth over here, and that's what we believe. So hey, and then like I said, you get down with the get down. So I love it. I love it.
And they about sick and tired of hearing our damn takes and thinking that we bullshitting, and they hear you and they looking like, wait a minute, so they ain't crazy.
You're right. You know, they hear us, they like, oh, you guys are hating. Meg says, oh, Meg. Oh, wow. I never do.
Got Tank down here talking about, oh, I like how objective you are, and you literally said the same thing we said. I see that.
Just because we got a little bit more whiskers on our chin. Yeah. You hating, Tank.
Hating on brother. All right, man. We about to get up on out here. We about to give y'all the rest of y'all days. I know everybody probably hungry in the mud. I know I'm about to eat, and I know about damn near midnight over there where you at, man. Yeah, so let you go ahead and get some sleep over there. So till next time, people, we here to play.
Oh no,
we here to stay.
Oh yeah, nigga.
You ain't got to go home,
but just know she's Miss Baller.
Bye, y'all.
Put your eyes back in your head.
I got like flavor.
Pride. their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.
I ain't gonna lie, I almost shed a